What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, legendary promoter, top ranked CEO, Bob Arum responds to former 3 division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Vasyl Lomachenko, that's signed to Top Rank and signed to Bob Arum. Vasyl Lomachenko recently lost his titles in the ring to now undefeated unified WBO, IBF, WBA, Ring Magazine, lightweight world champion superstar boxer TEOFIMO LOPEZ. And Vasyl Lomachenko is now stating that he had a lot of injuries going on and headed into the fight, and going into the fight. He also stated that he believes that Bob Arum or somebody bribed the judges, thus the reason why he lost the fight to TEOFIMO LOPEZ. He stated that they had all intentions of having TEOFIMO LOPEZ win this fight. So Bob Arum has responded to these comments made by Vasyl Lomachenko, and Bob Arum all essentially told Vasyl Lomachenko to stop whining. Is being ridiculous. The claims are just absolutely ridiculous, and he just simply lost. In my opinion, I thought that TEOFIMO LOPEZ clearly won the fight. I thought TEOFIMO LOPEZ clearly won the first 6-7 rounds. Clearly. I think that it's hard for Vasyl Lomachenko. It's a tough pill for him to swallow due to the fact that Vasyl Lomachenko was considered the best pure boxer in the world. And in this fight, most people thought that if TEOFIMO LOPEZ had any chance of winning this fight, it was simply going to be due to his size and his strength, and probably getting a knockout in the fight because he's clearly the bigger man over Vasyl Lomachenko. But that was far from the case. That was anything but the case, right? Because what happened was TEOFIMO LOPEZ outboxed the pure, quote-unquote, best boxer in the world. He was considered the Matrix. He was considered to use angles. He was considered an anomaly within the sport of boxing. You've never seen this before. And what happened was TEOFIMO LOPEZ went in there and clearly outboxed Vasyl Lomachenko for the first 7 rounds. And then what he did was Lomachenko then at that point in time had success at 8, 9, 10, and 11, right? But that was due to the fact that TEOFIMO LOPEZ, I believe, thought that Vasyl Lomachenko was right for the picking. Even TEOFIMO LOPEZ stated this, and he started to sit down on his punches, started to be flat-footed, and tried to get rid of and knock out Vasyl Lomachenko, but Lomachenko wasn't ready to go. Lomachenko was still fresh. He was still savvy. And when TEOFIMO LOPEZ attempted to use that style, incorporate that style, the shoulder roll, and try to counter Vasyl Lomachenko, Lomachenko was the more superior boxer at that point in time. He was just beating TEOFIMO LOPEZ to the punch. He actually hurt TEOFIMO LOPEZ in the 9th round, right? So he won 8, 9, 10, and 11. But then TEOFIMO LOPEZ put the pressure on in round 12 and started walking Lomachenko down and essentially nearly knocked Vasyl Lomachenko out. He was on the verge of stopping him. Then an accidental headbutt took place, and the referee called a halt to the round, and the doctor came in and checked out the cut that TEOFIMO LOPEZ suffered, and the momentum was lost, and then the round ended. But he clearly won rounds 12, right? So in my book, he won rounds 1 through 7, and then he won round 12, okay? That's 8 rounds to 4. I gave Lomachenko 8, 9, 10, and 11 because, like I stated, TEOFIMO LOPEZ made an unnecessary adjustment because he thought that Vasyl Lomachenko was available to be knocked out at that point in time. He thought he was right for the picking, and he absolutely wasn't. So Lomachenko started countering TEOFIMO LOPEZ, started using those angles. He was having success at that point in time. And he was landing big punches on TEOFIMO LOPEZ. But like I stated, he wasn't ready to go, that being Lomachenko. So with that said, that saw him win his best rounds. But leading up into round 7, Vasyl Lomachenko hadn't landed double-digit punches until round 8, meaning that he hadn't landed 10 punches in a round until round 8, which was out of the norm for Vasyl Lomachenko because everybody was used to seeing him have his way, right? At one point in time, he was no Lomachenko. He was making boxers quit on their stool. He was frustrating boxers with his angles, with his pure boxing ability, with his counterpunch ability, with his boxing knowledge. He's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. And so, people started to, I believe that Vasyl Lomachenko started to believe the hype, and Vasyl Lomachenko started to buy into this. And now he had a kid that was just 23 years of age. He was undefeated, but only had 15 fights. He had one big major fight in his career, and that was against IBF world champion Richard Comey, in which he dramatically knocked Richard Comey out to become the IBF world champion. But that was his first biggest fight. And then he went right from that right into a fight with Lomachenko. Now, Lomachenko had big fights in his career. He faced the likes of Guillermo Rigondeaux, okay? He faced the likes of Nicholas Walters, Gary Russell Jr. He had big fights already under his belt, right? He beat the likes of Luke Campbell, okay? And he made these guys quit. He made Guillermo Rigondeaux quit, right? He beat Jorge Linares. He stopped Jorge Linares. So he had big fights. He had big wins under his belt. And like I said, he was a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. So he was considered the best pound for pound boxer, 1 or 2, right? I always had undefeated 3-division former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, who is currently the WBO welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Terrence Bud Crawford at number 1. But a lot of people, including ESPN, they had Lomachenko as the best pound for pound fighter in the world. He was the matrix. He was an anomaly, right? His foot movement, his foot angles, his foot speed, his educated feet work, his hand speed, his ability to make adjustments in the ring, his boxing knowledge, his ring IQ, the angles, the awkwardness, right? So it was like he was unbeatable, as if we haven't seen him beaten before, because he lost to Orlando Salido, who was a world champion, but essentially his resume reflects that of a journeyman, right? 14 losses and multiple draws on his resume, Orlando Salido, but he was rough and rugged, and he roughed up Lomachenko and won that fight, okay? But with that said, Teofimo Lopez did it in a different fashion. He clearly outboxed Vasyl Lomachenko. So Vasyl Lomachenko saying that the judges was bribed in his fight and always had it in their minds to give the fight to Teofimo Lopez is absolutely surprising to me, because you clearly lost and was outboxed the first 7 rounds, and he clearly won, that being Teofimo Lopez, round 12. So that's 8 rounds to 4. At best, he says that it was a draw, and then he says that he felt like he did enough to win the fight. But in the same token, he stated that he was injured, and so he couldn't perform to the level of the best of his abilities. So if you was injured and couldn't perform to the best of your abilities, then maybe it was just the body of work in the ring, right, that night that saw the judges pick Teofimo Lopez, because he clearly won the first 6 rounds, okay? Now, if you wanted to give Vasyl Lomachenko round 7, okay, it's still 7 rounds to 5, okay, in favor of Teofimo Lopez, because there's no doubt he won the first 6 rounds, and there's no doubt he won round 12. So, that's 7 rounds, okay? That's still 7 rounds to 5. There's only 12 rounds in the fight, okay? Max, okay? There's 12 round max. You have some 8 round fights, 10 round fights, but today's time the max you can get is 12 rounds. So, okay, he won a majority of the 12 rounds. So, which saw the judges absolutely incorrect when they saw the unanimous decision victory for Teofimo Lopez. He earned the fight. So for him to say that Bob Arum bribed the judges, now we know Bob Arum has a history. We know that Bob Arum has, actually been caught, bribing people and judges and things of that nature. He's actually taken to court, and we understand that, right? He has a checkered past, but in this situation, right, the judges didn't play a part, because everybody saw you outboxed in the ring that night, right? And nearly knocked out in the 12th round. So I'm with Bob Arum when he says that it's absolutely ridiculous on the part of Vasyl Lomachenko to claim that he was duped in the fight, and that the judges was bribed, and the judges had it in their mind already to give the fight to Teofimo Lopez, when it wasn't hard for them to give the fight to Teofimo Lopez, because he clearly won the fight, okay? So it's like you get knocked out, and then you're saying, well, I got knocked out, but the judges was bribed because they had it in their mind already to give my opponent the fight. No, that's not your opponent's problem. That he clearly won the fight. He clearly outboxed you, right? He was the better man in the ring. And Vasyl Lomachenko started to believe his own hype. And the fact that Teofimo Lopez's size and strength wasn't the reason why he won the fight. It didn't give Vasyl Lomachenko a built-in alibi, a built-in excuse for Vasyl Lomachenko to say, well, he was just too big and, I just couldn't stand still. No, that wasn't the case. He simply got outboxed in the fight. And that's where he having a hard time coping with the loss, okay? Because he was simply outboxed in the fight. The judges didn't play a part in this. So Bob Arum, who Vasyl Lomachenko was an absolute darling in his eyes and could do no wrong. Bob Arum is 1,000% correct when he says that Vasyl Lomachenko is being absolutely ridiculous with these claims, and he stated that he's just crying at this point in time because he's just not able to accept his loss. Right? You clearly got outboxed in this fight. The judges did not play a part in this fight. You lost the fight. And just like you stated, if the injuries played a part and you couldn't live up to the hype, to your billing and to your normal standards, then just say that. But to say that the judges was bribed and they had, you clearly won the fight is really ridiculous at this point in time because you clearly did not win the fight. TEOFIMO Lopez won the majority of the rounds. At best, you could say maybe it should have been a draw, right? And that's being seriously generous because if you rewatch the fight, he clearly was outboxed the first 6-7 rounds. Like I stated, he didn't throw and land double-digit punches until round 8. So how is it the judge's fault that you lost this fight? No, it's your fault. You started to believe the hype. You thought that and nobody out there could outbox Vasyl Lomachenko. But guess what? I told you guys leading up into the fight that TEOFIMO Lopez athletic ability, TEOFIMO Lopez's ability to cut the ring off, his ring IQ, his power, his speed, his youth was going to play a major part, and that Vasyl Lomachenko's angles and footwork, it was going to be nullified. It was going to be stagnated by TEOFIMO Lopez's abilities, and TEOFIMO Lopez was going to win the fight, and that's exactly what he did. I actually thought that TEOFIMO Lopez was going to stop Vasyl Lomachenko, and he was on the verge of doing it in the 12th round until that accidental headbutt that caused the cut over his eye and sort of referee halt his momentum, and then the fight ultimately ended. But I'm with Bob Arum when he says that Vasyl Lomachenko is being ridiculous in his claims and that he just needs to bounce back, point blank and period. I'm with Bob Arum. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.